an AAXA P3-X DLP Pico projector. It's a big mouthful, but I bought it from Amazon, and you'll see the name in a minute and everything. But when I looked on the net, I didn't see anywhere where they'd done a good unboxing, and where they'd done somewhere where you could understand what they were talking about. There was lots of little ones, lots of little videos, but nothing for old people like me who want to know what it is, what it does and what it is, because I was in complete ignorance. And the reason I bought this thing was because I wanted to do, I'm doing hassle painting, and I wanted to get things a bit bigger, and I wanted to copy images onto a paper any size I wanted, up to about 1.5 metre by 1.5 metres, which is about as big as I'm ever going to get. And I wanted to put it in. I wanted to use a USB stick as well, one of these things. For anybody that doesn't know, for other grannies and granddads that don't know, there's various types of USB sticks. That's a USB stick, and this is a USB stick. I've got different ones. Mostly they're not very big or very thin, because I'm not very knowledgeable or anything. But and I wanted to put them on a screen or on the wall, so I could draw around them and get my images correct, so as I could paint a really decent picture with all the advantages of having all the technicalities knocked out of it, and all the angles would be right and everything else. Anyway, the one I went to buy was the AAXA LED Pico projector, which has got it was £99 actually. It was I'll call it £100, and I don't know, with the Brexit coming up or whatever, it shot up to 116, and I became quite miffed. Anyway, since I've looked about a fortnight later, or a week later or something like that, it's dropped down to 99 again, and it went out of it went out of stock. So I thought it must be a good one, this, because I'm always on the internet trolling around for things. I always check with the internet first. I know I'm waffling first, but I'm trying to give you an introduction, and I don't really understand what they are. I'm not interested in watching a movie on it, but in any case, on the LED Pico projector, it's only 25 lumens, and it's only got an 80 minute battery life, which is about 1 hour 20 minutes. That's if you're lucky. Well, all films today are at least 1 hour and 35 minutes, unless it's a documentary, and the other films are about 2 hours something. Unless you change batteries, and I don't know whether you can change batteries in this. That's something else I don't know. I don't know whether you can take a battery out and put another battery in so that you can continue watching, or whether you've got to stand there and charge it for the next half hour so that you can watch the rest of the film, or if you want to. But that doesn't interest me anyway. What I want to do will only take about 12-15 minutes. So that was the main reason I got it. And if it doesn't work and I don't like it, I can give it to my son or my daughter. I don't think my daughter will be interested, but my son might be. He's interested in gadgets. Anyway, so I've got it as a present for somebody if it doesn't work for me. And this particular one has got the first one I was talking about, the 25 lumens by 80 minutes, is the AAXA LED Pico projector. It's 99 quid, and this one I looked at, and it's the AAXA P3-X DLP Pico projector, and it runs for 120 minutes, and it does 70 lumens. So that's at least it's at least 3 times as much brightness, and it's nearly an hour longer in battery life. But the thing is, it's another 50 odd quid. It's £59 extra, and I thought, well, for 59 quid, and I'm getting what I want, I'd rather get what I want than something that I wished I had got, if you understand what I mean. Anyway, I'll open the bloody thing and we'll see it. It's just arrived, and I'll do a quick unboxing. So you know what I wanted, you know what I want out of the thing anyway. I've got no idea about it, I don't know how it works, I've got no knowledge at all. As I say, I'm a granddad, so and you know what granddads are, they know nothing. Okay, I won't go on about the bits of paper. I don't know even what these are. How to download your free audio book. I can't wait. Yeah, it's well packed, and there's only this thing in it. That's the size of it anyway. But it's quite heavy. It feels quite heavy. Yeah, that's it. That's the machine, just the machine. So I dispense with the box, and I'll get rid of that because it's quite sharp. And I'll get rid of that because I've got no interest. And we'll get down to details. So where it is, this is it. This is the thing. So I've got to, I'm doing my thing, I need to open it up again. So you're seeing what I'm seeing for the first time. I've got no idea what's what. So it comes well packed. I appreciate that. So yeah, there's the thing on the side. I did tell you the truth. Look, I did well according to the manufacturer's spec. Let me get this off. It came by courier. I got it the next day. It came the next day. So I ordered it yesterday and it came today. And there you can see the 70 lumens, and it's high definition ready. The light is for 15,000 hours on the LED, and I don't know what that means. 1,000 to 1. I don't know. Brightness is it, or contrast or something. And this is 120 minutes on the battery life. It's HDMI. It's got you can put a micro SD card in it, and it plays music, media player, as far as I know. Yeah, and that's about. I don't know what else is in there. Nothing of interest to me anyway. Anyway, I'll open the package. I've been waffling long enough. So that's the box. I'll get rid of the box. Put the box to one side. That's the machine, which everything comes wrapped up rather well. Oh, it's got one of them right rubbery surfaces on it. It's got like a rubbery surface, and it's quite heavy. It's quite substantial. I read in one of the cases it said it was a bit plasticky, but it seems quite substantial to me. I don't know. I don't know what people want. Suppose I'll get used to it. Yeah, I'll explain that in a minute. I don't know what this is. Questions. Oh, it's questions from AAXA Technologies. If you've got any questions, you can send to that address. There's a book inside. Oh, this is quite thick. User guide. Oh, and it's big enough to read. Oh, that's a pleasure. I'm getting on, and I can read this. This is a pleasure, and it's all in English. Oh yes, that's wonderful. There's no Chinese or Japanese, or it's just one book in English. What a pleasure. Yeah, that's what I wanted. If they send it to England, send it with a book that's in English. I do appreciate that. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Especially old granny type people like me, or granddad type people. Yeah, I don't know what's in. Oh, this will be the rest of the equipment. Oh, let's have a look at this and see what we've got in here. That's an adapter for a plug, a wall plug. So it's to fit everything. This is all your bits and pieces. So that's the box empty. I'll put that to one side. That's your stand. That feels substantial. That feels quite heavy. And the thing I like about this, it's the same as the other one, the Pico projector. It's got a little stand which goes in lots of positions. This feels really substantial. It feels rather solid, and you can screw it into the bottom of this. I can put my camera on there, I can put anything on there. That's handy. And there's a HDMI connector there, which I'm not sure. I don't think you get it in the other one. I'm not quite sure. I don't think you get it in the LED projector. I think you've got to buy it separate. I'm not sure. That was something else you got, but they're not expensive, them, are they? And you get a connector for connecting to. If you haven't got all this HDMI stuff, you can stuff it into the three coloured things at the side. what is it, one input for HDMI, one input for video, and the other two for speakers, and that one's for your jack for stuffing in the side of your machine. That's to go in there, and the other one's to go inside your television to show from your television, I presume. That's your adapter. That's an American type adapter, isn't it, or a European type adapter, and you plug the two together for grannies and granddads if you're not sure. Yeah, I'm still looking. I'll have a look at that in a minute. I'll tell you how to work that in a minute. And that's your power cable. Yeah. Oh, I see. It goes in like, it goes in this one. Yeah, it goes in that one. You don't need that adapter at all. That's a separate adapter. So it goes straight into the end of your power, what they call them. I was trying to put one into the other, which you normally do. So that's something new. So you can see I'm not very bright either. And you just stick it in to power it up. And looking on the side, it's got the thing for a micro SD, and I'm just guessing now. I should have got this out earlier. Just on there. I'm terrible, I am. Yeah, this is an SD card, secure, what they call secure digital, and in it it's got a micro SD, which is a little thing that sticks in the side there. You can see it there coming out. There it is. And this is I don't buy much. I don't buy many expensive things. I think this is the cheapest I could buy. It's probably it's a 16 gigabyte one. I think you can stick 32 into this one, and you take it out of there, and try not to touch the little bits on the back, and you stick it in the side into the micro SD box there, and that'll give you 16 gigabytes of whatever you've got on there. So you can put stuff on there, and then you can show it in there if you want to do it that way, or you can put it on a USB, I presume, which is this one, and do it that way, which is what I'm going to do. And I won't mess about with SD cards. So that's your micro SD, that's your HDMI cable which goes in, that's to your television or whatever, and this is to your, goes into there, and that'll show from the television through to this, I presume. That's for your earphones, and that's audio visual out. That's for this cable here. That's to put in the audio visual, so you can put it into the television if you haven't got HDMI, or you don't want to use HDMI. And the DC is there. And my favourite, the reset button, which nobody mentioned. I love the reset button. I can't tell you what these other things on the top do, because I haven't started it yet, so I'll have to stop and then go into something else. And that's where the lens is, that's where it shows. So it stands on the side like that, so it doesn't go from the front sort of thing like you're expecting. It goes from the side, which makes no difference to me. And it's well ventilated, so it must get quite warm. I suppose if you're running for a couple of hours on an LED inside, it will get reasonably warm. And it looks as though it's made in China. It doesn't say so, but it looks like it's Chinese to me. But the Chinese are making good quality stuff now. Yeah, the Chinese are making really good quality stuff. And this screws in the bottom to give you a secure stand. And you can turn it to any angle, which is a difficult thing when you're trying to get onto something. Where you put it on the side like that, and it'll give you I suppose it's a bit of a thingy to get it level. I suppose you're casing it, trying to get it level. Just seemed to fall over Seems to be off centre to me. I don't know what's... seems to want to fall on its back. Anyway, I suppose I'll resolve that situation somehow. No, it's not all that good then. It will, yeah, it's a bit of a performance, and it just tend to want to lie back all over. Anyway, I'll stop there, this part of it, and I'll stop there and I'll see what else it does, and then I can explain to you properly. I don't know what else it does because I've never had it. I've just, as I say, I've just unboxed it, and I'll explain what the other little bits are when I find out what they are. Well, what I'm trying to show you at the moment is the charging operation, and I charged it up, and it took about, I don't know how much power there was in it, but it took 2.5 hours. And you know when it's charged because the green light comes on. And what I'll do, I'll pull the charging light out now and stick it back in again and show you what it looks like when it's actually charging up. Give it a couple of seconds and it should go back onto, just stick it back in again. Yeah, the red lights come on now, red LED, and then it'll charge up for a couple of minutes and then it'll go to green. So that's just to show you what the charging thing looks like, so you know when it's charged up it turns to green. And the charging is on the DC where you stick it in there. And that's that little bit anyway. Well, I probably got this all wrong, but I went on to the charging side because I thought the charging side was important, and that's the charging light on the top, LED light, which is green when fully charged and red when charging. And I presumed it takes between, it doesn't say what the charging times are, but I've worked out that I guess it's between about 3 and 4 hours from flat, and it can charge other equipment as well if you want it to, from the USB there. You stick a USB in and then stick it into whatever you've got, a phone, and I think it'd probably charge up an iPad as well, because it does 500 milliamps on according to the thing, and that's about what it takes. So I reckon it'll charge a tablet at a push, but obviously you're going to discharge the battery, so you're going to have to stick it on charge for about 4 hours when you get back. So you can use it as a charging engine if you want as well, when you go out to charge up your phone. It'll charge up your phone about 3 times, it says, 3 or 4 times. You've got to have it switched on for it to charge anything, so you've got to switch it on and then allow it to charge. That's a couple of things that I found out, and I don't know if it comes fully charged, but it comes with a charge in it. The light comes on, and it does say that make sure the battery is fully charged before you actually use the beast. So if you're going to run it from the battery, make sure it's charged. But if you stick the power cable in, which I've just shown you, you can run the thing all day. It'll run all day happily, and show films all day. But the only thing is it won't charge the battery up. The battery's not being charged while the power cable's in. The power cable will either charge it, or it will light the equipment up so as it will run and show you films. That's something else I've learned, I think. And it's a lithium battery. Yeah, so it doesn't charge at the same time as it's showing the films, so although it will show the films, which is something else which is quite good. So all that nonsense I said at the beginning about 1.5 and 2 hour films, you can watch a 4 hour film on this. You just stick it onto the power cable in the side here, wherever it is. Yeah, stick it in there into the DC socket, and it'll run quite happily, but it won't charge at the same time. It will charge if you switch it all off and then leave it on charge, but if you switch it on it won't charge from that socket. I'm just trying to think about what else, if I've missed anything. So that's the main thing about the battery. that was one of the things that interested me. So that's that anyway. Can't think of anything I've missed. A couple of buttons on the top which I missed off. These are when you've got it switched on. So the button here, that's the on button. That one there, the circle with a line through it. That's the, and you press that for 3 seconds, 2 or 3 seconds, and it will light up. It gives it time to light up and get the fan going and everything else. And also it's the off button as well. So you press it for 3 seconds to switch it off and give it a chance to run down, etc., etc. The other one here is the menu button there. That's a menu button, the one with the 4 little windows in. And it does videos, it does stills, it does, I haven't read the book yet, but it does music. And that one there with the arrow on going backwards is the go back, so you can click to go back from where you were. So if you've gone up so far, you can click, click, click and go back. The OK button is wherever you are. If you want to watch that, you can click OK. And the left, right, up and down arrows are to navigate through the menu. So when you switch it on, you can see the menu on the screen, which I'll go into in a minute. But you've probably seen it on these other little videos. But so that's the navigation side of it on the top. And the only other thing on the top is, as I said, is the power indicator button for the battery. I'll do a quick run through this again. That's your micro SD for slipping in your videos and things like that, or your stills or your music or whatever you want, whatever you've got on a micro SD card. And that's your HDMI, which you've got a cable for, luckily. I don't think you've got it on the other one, on the smaller one, the £99 one. And then you get a headphone jack with the 3.5 millimeter socket, and then the AV socket, which is another 3.5 millimeter one, which is what they call a composite cable. For you plug it in, you plug that end into there, and then there are others go into your coloured. Just follow it. It's an idiot's guide. Put the red one in the red one, the green one in the yellow one in the yellow one, the white one in the white one, and then you've got sound and pictures. Without being it's not HDMI, that one. And then you've got your USB socket for slipping in the USB. Yeah, just an ordinary USB for slipping in whatever you've got on your USB. And there's your DC cable for putting your DC in. Your reset button, which I'll use quite a lot. And that's for manipulating the lens, so you can move the lens in and out. I suppose it's a fractional thing, just to get it for fine focus. And there's no cover on the lens. I found that a bit unusual, really. There's nothing. It would have been nice to have a little cover on the lens, because that's the thing that's going to get really dirty and dusty. I found that quite unusual, really. You get a cover on a camera, why not on one of these? But anyway, that's just one of my little moans. Suppose I can cover it up with something. Yeah, and that's it as far as I can see. There's nothing else. It doesn't pick a sound up, so there's no sound in, there's only sound out. And I've got no idea about what the sounds out sound like, so that's going around the system without switching it on. So I've been bored you utterly, but the battery was the main thing. A lot of people are interested in battery and how you can stick things on it, and it's got it won't do a PDF file. You can't put a PDF file on this, and you can't put a Word document in this. But you can do all the other ones. You can put any JPEGs in or video in you want, up to a point, I think. Although I haven't tried it, so I've got to go into that. And having done this, I'll then go on to that and give you a final explanation on that before I bore you to death.
Ich werde den Kaiser klagen, dass ihr nicht treffen könnt.
Und ich werde mich beim Kaiser beklagen, dass der Götz ein übler Räuber ist und seinen Landfrieden bricht.
Hast ein großes Maul, was? Auf die Knie und Hände an den Baum. Hände an den Baum, sag ich. Nur mit einem Wagen unterwegs. Da muss er noch was draufzahlen.
Es ist das 3. Mal dieses Jahr, dass ihr mir alles nehmt.
Mein Lieber, aller guten Dinge sind 3. Und 3 ist eine gute Zahl. 3000 Gulden.
Aber so viel kann ich nicht bezahlen. Ihr nehmt mir alles, ich bin ruiniert.
Mir kommen die Tränen vor Rührung.
Habt doch ein Einsehen, Götz.
3000. Und zwar bis Johanni auf der Hornburg.
Aber es ist das letzte Mal.
So der liebe Gott will. Und wenn er nicht wieder über mein Land fahrt. Schwör erst.
Bei Gott dem Allmächtigen.
Und jetzt verschwinde. Na los! 3000 bis Johanni!
For hundreds of years, knights had been the masters in their own domains. For generations, they had made laws and judged their vassals. Many of these people were serfs. All of them had to provide services and pay taxes. But by the 16th century, these revenues were declining. At Hornberg Castle on the river Neckar, there lived one of the most notorious knights of the day. The Imperial Knight.
Well, that's just a little demo of the sound and the quality. The sound is absolutely tinny on the actual machine, but if you plug in I've got a Betron. It's called the Betron, this, and it's got a volume. You need a volume on it because I don't know where the volume is on there at the moment, but it's handier to have a volume on the side here, and you can charge it up while it's running, and you can switch it off and everything else. I'm on a short cable at the moment, but yeah, the picture's quite good at the moment. The only thing I've had difficulty with is this. It might just be mine, I don't know, but the turning screw for the adjusting adjusting the focus, it's been a bloody swine. I can't, I've got to move it with I've got to get something in to poke it and move it around. It's very, very stiff. It doesn't move by my fingers unless I'm doing something wrong. Anyway, I'll probably get to the end of that, but I'm on a very small screen at the moment, and the quality is quite good. I don't know what it's like when I look at it through the camera, but they usually look a bit wishy-washy, but I'm in bright daylight at the moment, virtually. I'm in a room lit by daylight, so I'm not doing too bad. It's not too bad. And I've turned the sound off, of course, and when you press the go back button on the top here, it takes you back to the menu, and whatever's on the USB, that's what I'm watching at the moment, last of the kind, of their kind. You can go through it and putting tooth on a third. I've got to find out what it actually does. Oh, what's this one? Oh, I've got the burrowing owl here. This is one of mine. It pops up in a minute. And if you want to watch that, you can press OK. And the quality's not too bad. And there is sound if you want the sound. Sounds very good if you've got the little veteran on the side or a speaker. Yeah.
Well, this is the finished target.
I don't want to go too long.
I'm not going to do a lot of talking. I kept going because the little girl.
So whatever's on the USB, you can get to it by using these this unit on the top. Anyway, I'll stop there and I'll thingy that part of it, and then I'll go on to the next part. Well, it's very dark at the moment, and this is what I wanted it for, and the resolution is very, very good. In fact, I can't really fault it. It really is good. The only thing I did find was that I had a bit of a problem making it pause, because it goes on. It's got other people might not suffer it, but it might not bother them, but it did me. I couldn't find a way of making it stop, not from the instructions that I got. And I do know how to do it now. I've been fiddling around with it for about an hour and getting a bit frustrated and fed up, but I've got it to stop now anyway. And how I did it I can't really explain, so you'll have to fiddle around with that on yourself, by yourself. If you don't, maybe you won't have any trouble with it. And that wheel, the what they call them wheel, I've still got to move that around with something forceful. The focusing wheel, the white focusing wheel on the side. But this is very, I'm very happy with this. I'll see if I can show you what I do on the screen. I'll see if I can get the thing back to where it was. So at the moment it's on pause and play at the bottom. Well, what sense that makes, and I certainly can't make it stop. It tells you, it says you can stop it all and go and select what you want, but I can't make it do that either. Anyway, I'll just show you what if I can. I'm not quite sure whether I can or not. Yeah, this is its normal routine for playing. If you wanted to stop it now, that's your pause. Now you're on pause there, so you press the center OK button to pause it, and it's still on play. And then what you do to get rid of that line is you hit the down arrow on the 4 arrows going around the outside, and you press that and it clears it, and now it'll pause and it'll stay paused for you. I must admit that now I know how to do it, it's no problem, but I must admit that the picture is absolutely fantastic. It's just what I want, it's exactly what I want. I'm very happy for myself for that. I'm just hope that wheel doesn't give out. And I've just been looking at that number that I got from, they ring the number, it's a number in America, so you're never going to get them. So you're stuck with what you've got probably. It's an American firm, AAXA. I said it was Chinese. It might be made in China and formulated in America, I don't know. Anyway, I'm pleased with the product apart from those couple of things. And the sound is a bit tinny, but I expected that from these small objects. And yeah. So it'll go on to play now, and then you press it and it'll do you the slideshow then. Yeah, you've got a slideshow. I picked the pictures that I want to put on me. You may see these on YouTube later. So you flick through to find that you want. I quite like that one, so you stop it there, pause it, and then pause it again, and then press the button. I know how to do it now, I've got the hang of it now. I do it rather quickly. But if you do find a problem, that's what you do. You press the pause button and let it sit, and then press the button to get rid of the line at the bottom. So anyway, I'll stop there. And the other thing that I found was the resolution. I'll have to put the light on to get my little book. I tried to get as much information as I could for you. Yeah, it does HDMI, but it doesn't do ABC, which is the things that come from your camera. So you couldn't put your camera on it and then put a camera film through it. I don't think it would do that. I'm not quite sure, but I don't think it would. And I'm running it, most of the things I'm doing are 1280 by 720. And I've seen it go higher than that, but they are AVI files. And that is HDMI according to, when I put these, those are the files that I put onto YouTube, and when I put them on YouTube, mark them down as HDMI, so or high definition anyway. So yeah, things are not too bad. I'll just, I don't know if I've got a film on this to show you. I'll have a quick look. I might just run through the menu for you. If people are interested, I don't know. There's the menu button on the top, and I've got it a bit large at the moment, but you just, with the arrows you flick through, so that's text, that one, and the text is, I think it's ASCII text. and that one's for pictures, that one's for video, that one's for music, that one's for, I'll get it round for you, I've got it a little bit big at the minute, I don't want to change it. That one's for changing your, press the OK button, and you can change the picture mode, the colour temperature, the aspect ratio, the sound mode. You can change, you've got a sleep timer as well, so you can have what, 10 minutes, 21 minutes, 90 minutes, etc, etc. I use the go back button to get back. You change the language and the restore factory defaults and OSD duration, colour temperatures again, and we're back to where we were for sound. And then I haven't looked at music. I know a lot of people are interested in music. I don't know whether you'd use it on a thing like this. Yeah, it's just got music. You just flick to the music and that's it. I'll just get down. Yeah, it's just music. So I'll see if I can find you a quick video to see what yeah, I've got to get I've got to go into the video first. You've got to slip into whatever you want to be in. So that's the video mode. It's foolproof really, apart from the couple of odd things that I mentioned. So I'll go into there. I'm on a USB. The one on the left is supposed to be an SD card. It doesn't look like an SD card, but it is. It's pretty poor picture. So I'm on the USB, so I'll press USB and we'll see what I've got on USB. Yeah, I think this is one I've just put on YouTube. Yeah, that's the sound from the actual speaker itself you're listening to now. Yeah, that's the sound from the speaker. And the lights come on, it's so dark in here now. It's quite dark, there's still light coming through the window, I can see. I'll move in a bit further. The picture is very good, in fact. I mean, I can't fault the picture at all. I think that's about 2 foot by about 14 inches, that one. 24 by 14, that. And I still haven't, it's no way, the quality is very, very good for what it is. The only thing, it's got the same old thing that all cinema things have got. You've got to be absolutely flat or else you get curls at the edges and warps and things like that. But yeah, as I say, the sound is bad, but if you put a little, what they call them on, one of these on, I've got a Bentone, you stick one of them on, you put any one you like one, as long as it's got its own power supply, you're quite happy. And the thing will run from the mains quite happily. So you can plug the DC cable in and it'll run from the mains, but it won't charge the battery up. It will run the picture like it's doing now, but it won't charge the battery at the same time. So you'd have to switch it off and then plug it in, switch everything down, then plug it in to charge the battery. So the battery and the power supply are two separate things, if you understand what I mean. If you want to run it from the mains, you can. It'll run from the mains quite happily for as long as you've got power. And yeah, I'm quite satisfied all in all. I'm not too bad. And I have got it set up on a tripod. I'll just turn the lights up. Turn the lights on. At the moment I'm trying to turn all the lights on now. Yeah, so you can see I'm set up on a tripod, which is much better than that other thing. And if you've got a little handle on it, this was a cheap old thing I got from Boots. I've had it for years, but I think you can buy these for a few quid. It's well worth getting if you want to do things for elevation and going up and down. That one's for turning it up so the centre pole will go up and the legs extend further, and you can also move it around so you can have it on the ceiling if you want it on the ceiling. I've got it on the ceiling there. I've got to turn the lights up again to show you what's what. So I haven't set it all up, but you can see what size it goes to. It goes huge. It looks worse in the camera than it actually is. It's not bad actually. So if you're lying in bed, you can watch it and set the timer to turn it all off if you don't want to. Yeah, it's huge now. That's big. It's a big television screen. That it's lovely. Anyway, I'm quite happy apart from those couple of bits. I got a bit excited when I couldn't stop the single frame, and I got a bit excited when I with that wheel, but there's nothing I can do, and I know they're not going to change it. So anyway, I should stop there and hope this has been some use to somebody. I've tried to think of everything, but obviously you can never please everybody. You can't please everybody. So I just hope I've helped a few people. I'm just saying, a couple of thoughts that I had with mine might not occur on yours. You might be, I mean, I'm an old man, so you probably do things a lot better than I do. Anyway, I'll stop there and wish you all the best.